Very good morning, students. I hope I'm audible. The very first instruction, kindly join this particular meeting by your name. Okay, so kindly rename yourself, everyone. If suppose you are not writing roll number, then also it is okay because SY and TY both are joining. So students, just kindly write your name. That is important, huh? At the time of attendance. Someone has joined with the name Web. So just rename yourself. It's a humble request. Otherwise, I will remove you from the meeting. Still, some students are joining, so we'll wait for 2-3 minutes more and then we'll start. Okay, so let's start. I hope I'm audible. Yes, yes or no? Just put one message in a chat box so that I can proceed. Yes. Okay. So before proceeding to the today's session, one more common announcement for the SY as well as for the TY students. That is, see, regarding the MLP's collection. Okay, see, we have a committee that is Safai Warriors, and which is handled by our vice principal, Captain Praveen Nayak sir. Okay, and see, if suppose if it is it is possible that you are able to go to the college and submit the MLPs. You can go to the college and submit your MLPs on the first floor, Praveen, to the Praveen Nayak sir. Okay, and you have to submit the record. And by giving your name and as well as the count of MLPs uh, now don't write or don't just provide the information that is you are from FYCS or you are from the SYCS. From the 14th of June onwards, now you are part of SY and you are part of TY. Now you are in SY and TY. Okay, because already the F5 results are out, so now you are no more part of F5. Okay, so so the last year F5 students, if you are going now and if you are submitting your MLPs to the sir, then while writing the name, or he will give you one paper, and on that you have to write your name as well as the count of MLPs. So at that time, just write your name, roll number, and as well as contact number, as well as your standard, and that is nothing but your class, that is nothing but SYCS or the TYCS. Okay, so now your SYCS and the TYCS has begun. So this was the instruction. Okay, fine. And now the today's session, which is nothing but the careers and web development. Definitely, after graduating in the computer science, okay, or after post graduating the computer science, many of you will go into this particular field, that is nothing but the developer, web developer, which is very we can say the high weightage field. Okay, so now what are the career options, or what preparations you have to do to become a web developer, that we'll see in the today's session. Okay, so very first is nothing but if you are a web developer, then these web developers can work either independently as a freelancers, okay, or with the company teams to create the website. Definitely the web developer will develop the websites. Okay, and this will be a front end application. Okay, so depending on the job, depending on these professionals may focus on the front end development, which I can say which involves the designing the sites. Okay, producing the content, what content you have to place on that particular website. Okay, or even the backend development, which involves the writing of a code. Okay, and as well as to make the website features work. Okay, then there is need to backend development also. Okay, not only the designing of the sites, that is nothing but your front end development, but also the backend development is also plays a very important role, that is which includes writing the code. Okay, to make that particular website, whatever features you have included in the website, that should be work. Okay, so the web developers, I can say, may also become a webmasters for the site. Okay, providing the maintenance also, also the updates you have to provide, as well as the troubleshooting when there is a need. Okay, so here in this particular place the web developer is working. Okay, and the perspective of this particular web developer can use the information to choose the career path. Okay, and understand the required steps for that particular career. For example, you first of all you have to complete your education. Okay, understand the potential web developers roles. Okay, as well as the context. Okay, um, read as well as read to learn about the daily tasks and skills of the web developers. Okay, then what does exactly the web developer do? Okay, web development as well as the web designing, they share many, I can say, the commonalities, but they differ in some key areas. Okay, web design deals with the front end of a website, concerning that itself with the appearance, and in other hand deals with the building technical front end or the back end code that informs the site functions. Okay, web developers also may work exclusively on the front end code, back end code, or both. Okay, and many modern jobs also required to overlap with this web design, and these professionals may work independently on a what I can say, the on a freelance basis, or with the marketing or the in the IT departments. Okay, so this is exactly the web developer does. Okay, now the entry level, how to enter into this particular web developer, that is you often required to have what I can say, the small amount of a formal education, that is nothing but your either your degree or the post graduation. Okay, as well as the training when you will appoint as a first of all as an intern, when you will appoint by the company, by any company after graduation, TY में आपके यहाँ पर बहुत सारे companies वहाँ आएंगे, and they will first of all they will give you the training. Okay, and in that training also they are teaching you the programming language which they require to design the website for their company. Okay, for example, they will give you the knowledge of again the Python, they will give you the knowledge of again the ASP.NET, they will give you the knowledge of again the SQL, that is database, how to handle the data. Okay, so this particular training and the 3 months training, or the depend on the company, the 3 months, some companies give 3 months training, some companies give 6 months training. Okay, and after that training, in that particular training also they are taking certain exams, and if you are passed in that exams, then only they are appointing you as a what I can say, the full time full time developer, or the full time their employee in their company. Okay, so this is how the the organization takes the responsibilities. Okay, so entry level job, first of all your education, the formal education is required, that is nothing but your graduation. Okay, and now see, nowadays internet is continue internet is expanding, पहले के जमाने में ऐसे नहीं होता था. Okay, now each and everything we are uh, we get on the internet only. Okay, shopping करनी है इंटरनेट पर जाते हो. Nowadays medicine खरीदनी है, you are using certain applications. Okay, heartbeat count करने हैं, you are using certain applications. ओके, आपको आपका आधार कार्ड बनवाना है, यू आर विजिटिंग टू द वेबसाइट. आपको रिजर्वेशंस करना है, यू आर विजिटिंग टू द वेबसाइट. व्हाई? बिकॉज नाउअडेज इंटरनेट इज वेरी चीप. ओके, पहले के जमाने में टिकट लेना हो तो टिकट काउंटर पर जाना पड़ता था. पैसेंजर्स टिकट अगर आपको चाहिए तो आपको टिकट काउंटर्स पर फिजिकली प्रेजेंट होना पड़ता था, एंड देन यू हैव टू बाय अ टिकट. बट नाउअडेज दिस इज नॉट द केस. आप लोग घर बैठे भी सारे टिकट्स आप बुक कर सकते हो. ओके, कहीं के भी हो, आपके फ्लाइट के टिकट्स हो, आपके ट्रेन के टिकट्स हो. Okay, so these facilities are available. Why? Because the internet is expanding nowadays. Okay, it's very cheap. Okay, so therefore the demand for the talented web developers has arisen. Okay, and making this as a career is a very I can say the attractive option. Okay, so the after that, what are the hard skills which are required for this particular web development? This is very very important. The basic is nothing but, first of all you have to complete your degree. Okay, either degree or the postgraduate degree, that is very very important. Okay, now in this particular degree, apart from degree, what else you can do? Okay, the very first hard skills which is required, or the specific knowledge or the ability which is needed for a job of the web developer. Okay, now that is also vary by the industry and the position. Okay, so coding is one of the primary hard skills of the web developer, and these professionals must understand at least some of the programming languages. Okay, now what are those programming languages, such as the HTML5. Okay, HTML, which I hope you have already gone in the semester 1 or 2. Okay, HTML is nothing but what? It is nothing but the markup language which is used to provide what I can say, the structure to the content on the web. Correct now? It is the most current version of the HTML, that is HTML5. Okay, so web developers uses HTML5 to form the fundamental rules of the web pages, including whether the format content as a paragraph, as a heading or the list, links, or the other element types. Correct now. So this is how the very important, the very first language, that is nothing but the HTML5, which is required as a web developer. You can just note it down. If the notebook is available with you, you can just note it down. Okay, the points which you think that it is very important. Okay, the next what I can say, the web developer as a hard skill, as a programming language, you should know the PHP also. Okay, PHP, this is the server side scripting language. Okay, the function within the web content management system, CMS. Okay, even this concept, SY also know this concept, TY also know, which you have learned in the free and open source software, that is content management system, CMS. Okay, so the HTML code, the web template systems, or the web frameworks. Okay, so the fundamental to backend development, the web developers typically uses PHP for the server script to determine the site response to the user's action. Okay, so for that purpose, the PHP is used. So this is also the programming language that you should know. Okay, then also the very basic, that is nothing but the CSS. This also SY, TY both, you know, that is cascading style sheet. Okay, so web developer, they are also using the CSS to control the layout, okay, and the appearance of the elements across the multiple pages of the site. Okay, so CSS language can influence the presentation of front end faces, colors, okay, the spacing, the element size on the page. Okay, so it is completely depend on the CSS. CSS is nothing but your cascading style sheet. Okay, also the JavaScript. Okay, the SY might you have learned it, or might be you will learn in this particular semester. So is used on the most common websites. Okay, and this is the concentrating what we can say, the programming language. Okay, for interactive web pages. Okay, so web developers uses the JavaScript to give what I can say, the life to the pages. It controls the behaviors like dynamic loading. Okay, and this language also determines as an element's response to the user's click, creating the countless interactive possibilities. Okay, the another language, that is nothing but the ASP.NET. I have already learned it, and the SY will learn in the next semester, that is in semester 4. Okay, so ASP.NET, this is the again the open source. Okay, it is again the server side web application framework, which is developed by the Microsoft. Okay, ASP.NET provides the tools and the resources to help web developers to build the dynamic websites, application, and the services. Okay, it has the GUI of the GUI that is user friendly. Through their many web applications frameworks, web developers often rely on the ASP.NET as an industry standard option. Okay, see, till nowadays ASP.NET is also used, but the ASP.NET is used with the MVC. Okay, so the last year students who have appointed in the organization, okay, or either in the Infosys or the Capgemini or the TCS. Okay, so they are saying that some of them were join a position in the .NET developer, that is an ASP.NET developer, but they are using ASP.NET with the MVC. Okay, but for that their base must be proper. Means if you know the ASP.NET, then there is no difficulty in while learning the MVC, because industry, as I said, the first 6 months industry gives you training based on their project, what they required, whether they required the Python developers, whether they required the PHP developers, whether they required the students who have the knowledge of ASP.NET. So accordingly, they are giving you the training based on the project. Okay, so in that particular training part, they organization gave them a training based on the ASP.NET MVC. Okay, so this is the higher version of the ASP.NET. The basic is ASP.NET, and the higher version of it, I can say, that is nothing but the ASP.NET with MVC. Okay, but they are like that with them certain engineering students were also there. Okay, but they are not able to design a simple web page. They don't know what exactly the master page is. Okay, and our students, they are easily able to or they are easily cope up with that particular how to design the master page. They know the concept, what is master page. They know the concept, what are the event handlers are there present in the ASP.NET. So they know many terms. Okay, so definitely they receive that particular profit, and definitely their team leader, okay, they gave the opportunity to develop the ASP.NET website to our students instead of the engineering students. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so in your syllabus, in your curriculum, you have the basics of ASP.NET. तो ऐसे नहीं है कि मार्केट में ये यूज नहीं होता है ASP.NET. The higher version is used, that is ASP.NET MVC. But to learn that, first of all, you must know what are the basics. Okay, right now, see, in the programming language, very few organizations are implementing the projects in C or C++. Okay, but still, to learn the language called as C# or any other language, you must know what is C and C++. Then you will able to easily able to understand what exactly the others programming languages are based. Okay, so this is how this is working. The next, I can say the hard skill or the programming language you must know, that is nothing but the Angular.js. Okay, if this is not included in our curriculum syllabus, so if it is possible to do a online course, and if suppose it is possible that you can receive the online certificate also in this particular AngularJS, then you can go for this particular course. Okay, because see, whatever languages I said earlier, that is nothing but the CSS or the PHP or the HTML or the ASP.NET, these programming languages, these skills you are going to learn in your curriculum only. Okay, so there is no need to do the separate specialization in that. Okay, organization considers that in that particular 6 months you have already completed with this particular subject. Okay, but as I'm saying that AngularJS, which is not included. Okay, so you can do a certification course. Okay, online nowadays everything is online, so you can easily do. Okay, so AngularJS, this is again the open source industry standard application framework. Okay, it is much like ASP.NET. Okay, the Google and its community of the users maintains this particular software. So web developers often uses the Angular.js to adjust the front end of the website due to the code's foundation in the JavaScript. Okay, so as the name itself says that Angular.js, that is JavaScript. Okay, so depending on your industry or the specialization, you may find additional programming languages which is useful to your web development career. Okay, so while most front-end web developers uses the JavaScript, okay, and the back-end development nowadays they can involve the languages like Python, like Java, or even the Ruby. Okay, in addition to JavaScript and the PHP. Okay, so web developers often use a popular software applications, yeah, like WordPress as well. Okay, if you will see the WordPress now, you can easily develop the website. Last year TY students, last year TY students, may 2 or 3 students have developed the website for their TY project. They developed the websites in the WordPress also. Okay, so the WordPress gives you the what we can say inbuilt features to develop the website. Okay, so the developers, they are using also the popular software like Photoshop as well as WordPress. Okay, to enhance the development. Okay, now in addition to developing the skills in the programming languages and the other hard skill, web developers should build also the soft skill to secure and to complete their work effectively. Okay, so web developers often work remotely. Web developers often work independently, so they must perform a quality control for and manage their own projects. For example, अगर इंडस्ट्री में ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ऐसे नहीं होता कि आपको कंप्लीट एक वेब एप्लीकेशन आपको ही क्रिएट करना है फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट टू एंड, फ्रॉम द फ्रंट एंड एज वेल एज बैक एंड, दैट इज नथिंग बट डेटाबेस भी आप ही को क्रिएट करना है, डिजाइनिंग भी आप करोगे, टेस्टिंग भी आप करोगे, नहीं. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हर एक टास्क डिवाइडेड होता है. Okay, so most probably the web developers, they are working remotely and independently. Okay, and the multitasking, the general web developer skills which is include, that is multitasking, self-motivating, the organizing, and definitely the attending to the detail. If you have to develop the website, you must know the details. You have to attend the details also. That is the soft skills. Soft skills are required for the web developers. Okay. Multitasking means what? Now this involves observing or attending the several tasks at once. Okay, it has a drawbacks too, but the multitasking can sometimes increase efficiency for the web developers working on the multiple projects under the tight deadlines. That is very, very important. ओके सो ऐसा नहीं है कि आप एक प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हो तो इसका मतलब आपको एक ही प्रोजेक्ट के पीछे लगाया जाएगा. माइट बी पॉसिबल इफ you are designing any one project, then definitely your second leader may give you the second project also to start that particular project. So you have to be multitasking. Okay, and that is for that purpose the soft skill are required. आप आपके बॉस को ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते कि मैं ऑलरेडी एक प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर रहा हूँ, मैं दूसरा प्रोजेक्ट नहीं कर सकता, टाटा बाय बाय करके बोल देंगे. Okay, see, in one semester if you are learning the 7 different subjects, you are gaining the knowledge of 7 different subjects. So that is nothing but you are able to handle the multitasking capability. Okay, self motivation is also required because of the time consuming project based nature of the web development. Okay, web developers cannot afford to what I can say, the procrastinate if they want to meet project deadlines or to find the new projects. So you need that self motivation. Okay, ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्किल्स डेफिनेटली आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को किस चीज की जरूरत है उस हिसाब से आपको खुद को डेवलप करना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू डेवलप योरसेल्फ अकॉर्डिंगली. ऐसा नहीं है कि मैंने ये स्टडी किया है, मुझे ये नहीं आता तो मैं इस पर काम नहीं करूंगा. इफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गिव्स यू प्रोजेक्ट बेस्ड ऑन, सपोज दे गिव यू प्रोजेक्ट बेस्ड ऑन द रूबी. ओके, तो आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि मुझे रूबी लैंग्वेज नहीं आती तो मैं नहीं ये प्रोजेक्ट में मैं वर्क नहीं कर पाऊंगा. नहीं, आपको वो सीखनी पड़ेगी. ओके, सो यू हैव टू डेवलप द ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्किल्स. Okay, go a long way for the web developers who have to keep track of multiple tasks, the projects, deadlines, as well as you have to see as a web developer you have to also concern regarding the budgets, okay, and the workflow planning. Okay, अगर आप सपोज आपके टीम के लीडर हो, ओके, देन आपको ये सारी चीजें हैंडल करनी आनी चाहिए. ओके, किसको क्या टास्क असाइन करना है, ओके, डेडलाइंस किसको कितने देने हैं, ओके, बजट कितना है. ओके, अगर आपका बजट इंक्रीज हो रहा है तो आपको आपके कस्टमर्स के साथ उस हिसाब से बात करना पड़ेगा. एंड देन you are, or else if suppose he is not able to handle that particular budget, whatever organization is giving, if you suppose now you are saying, पहले अगर आपने बोला कि भाई ये सॉफ्टवेयर एप्लीकेशंस के लिए मुझे 1 लाख का बजट, आपने एस्टिमेट्स निकाले 1 लाख ही नहीं, 1 लाख का बजट है, कस्टमर्स एग्री. Okay, and after that you are immediately saying कि no, now 1 lakh more I require to develop this particular application, then there is a huge what I can say the difference in this particular budget handling. Okay, so this you can't do. Okay, so these organizational skills you have to what I can say build in yourself. That is definitely multiple tasks आपको at the same time करने हैं. You have to do a project, you have to handle deals with the deadlines, you have to deal with the budgets, okay, as well as the planning. Okay, that is very, very important. And also the attention to the details, that is also very, very important. Okay, the visual design elements and the programming languages, web developers must pay painstaking attention to the detail to produce the professional work. That is very, very important. Okay, web developers daily task is depending on their industry. Web developers daily task is depending on their position. Okay, and also it is depends on their project. Okay, developers often find themselves communicating with the clients, planning web layouts. ओके, ऐसे नहीं होता है कि आपने कोई भी एक वेबसाइट या फिर कोई भी एक वेब डेवलपमेंट क्रिएट किया Okay, and you have not had any conversation with your client in between. After every phase, whatever you will design, you have to communicate with your clients whether they are okay with it. ओके या फिर आपने स्टार्ट टू एंड सब कुछ बना दिया अपने हिसाब से स्टार्टिंग में ही सब कुछ एस्टिमेशंस लेकर एंड इन बिटवीन अगर आपने आपके क्लाइंट को इन्वॉल्व नहीं किया एंड एट द एंड इफ सपोज क्लाइंट इज सेइंग दैट दे रिक्वायर लॉट ऑफ चेंजेस इन दैट देन इट विल बी अ डबल वर्क. Okay, so these are the daily tasks that you have to communicate with your clients. Developers has to do this. You have to plan the web layouts. Okay, composing code to enable the site functions. Okay, creating or the adding verbal or I can say the visual content into the code structure, that is also the job of the web developers. Okay, if suppose now someone is very talented in the designing, okay, the front they can do the designing very well, they have the knowledge of the color combination, they have the knowledge that which color will be suited on that particular page. Okay, similarly like सी हम जब भी छोटे थे किसी किसी को ड्राइंग में इंटरेस्ट होता था, किसी को पेंटिंग में इंटरेस्ट होता था. ओके, कोई स्केच अच्छे से निकालता था बट मैं कलर भरना किसी को आता नहीं है. किसी किसी को ऐसे ये पॉसिबल है ना. कोई कोई किसी को ड्रॉ करने नहीं आता बट पेंटिंग करने काफी अच्छे से आता है, पेंट करना काफी अच्छे से आता है. अगर आप उसे ड्रॉ करके दो ना तो उसे अच्छे से पेंट करके देगा. सो दीज आर द स्किल्स. ओके, सो सिमिलरली किसी को कंटेंट रखना आता है, किसी को डिजाइनिंग आता है, कि कोई कोड अच्छे से करता है. ओके, कोई टेस्टिंग में माहिर है. ओके, सो डिपेंडिंग ऑन द स्किल्स विच यू हैव. Okay, so the create and add what I can say the visual content. Okay, into your code, into your website. Okay, the web developers also test the website functions and take a charge of building, also the updating, maintain as well as the troubleshooting the website. ओके, एवरी टाइम यू आर एग्जीक्यूटिंग, एक पेज एग्जीक्यूट हो गया, चलो वापस से एक बार वेबसाइट रन करो, देखो कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है क्या, देखो कोई एरर आ रहा है क्या, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू हैंडल दिस. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट द जॉब ऑफ द वेब डेवलपर. Okay, see the web professionals often being pursuing a web developer education. Okay, not in a degree in a web developer, but yes, the basic degree is required. That is nothing but either you should be graduate in computer science. Okay, you should be graduate in either in IT. Then also either you can do a professional course in the web development. So then you will become a web developer. Okay, but the bachelor degree is very important in the web development. Okay, in information technology, in computer science, or in the similar field. Okay, on the associates of the bachelor's degree in this courses on the coding languages like Python, Java, which presents the student to pass the certification test in these languages. Okay, other courses may based on the program major, that is but the common subjects include the website designing. Okay, and in computer science, in IT, you have those common subjects in your curriculum only. Okay, so this is how you can go for the web development. Okay, now depending on the industry, depending on the location, education, and also the experience level, the web developers can pursue a variety of careers. Okay, associate degree graduates can obtain entry level web developer or the programming position if they have the right certifications through the some companies only hire bachelor's degree holders. Okay, but nowadays this is not the case. Nowadays I think every company is hiring the bachelor's degree holders. Okay, most of the companies now are TCS as well as Infosys, they are not preferring the engineering students. Instead of that, they are preferring the bachelor students, degree students. Okay, so database administrator का job होता है, या फिर the software developer. Okay, So if you are a master in that particular degree, then definitely you will get the job of database administrator also. Okay, so this is also the field where you can work. Okay. Now, where you can work as a web developer, since most companies need websites. Okay, I think I am now, rather than I can say that every company needs websites. Okay, they need web developers and they can find work at the smaller companies, startups, as well as the large organizations across many industries. Okay, now other web developers become freelancers who work independently and often remotely. There are certain freelancers are also available. Okay, now I think some TY students are also working as a freelancers. Okay, so these professionals often get to choose which projects they take. Okay, so in this way, yeah, you can work as a web developer. So if you have any doubt, yes, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, yes, that is required to become a web developer. These are the basic skills you should know. Just go through what exactly the WordPress is, how you can develop your website in WordPress. So if you have a time in your hand, you can just refer that also. So the basic is nothing but first of all, you have to complete your graduation degree. Okay, as a developer, you can go into the designing of website designing. You can, as an administrator, also you can work with. Okay, database administrator. If you are good in the database handling, that is your SQL, Oracle. So these are nothing but the different programming languages. I told you how what are the job profile of the web developer, how they are working, what is expected. Okay, as the soft skill is required, the soft skill is also required for this particular. Okay, someone is asking. Okay, what is R language and if it's required for the web development? See, R is a programming language and this is often used for statistical computing. Okay, so for that purpose, the R is used. Also, the graphical representation to visualize the data. Also, we are using the R language. Okay, for the data analysis, for the data visualization, for the data science and machine learning, we are using a language R. Okay, in statistical, like suppose you can draw a graphs in our pie charts, histograms. So this can be you can draw in by using R. This is also the open source and free. It also has a large community support also. Okay, so any other doubt in the web development? Okay, so I think this much is enough. As a web developer, what you can do, what are the career options, okay, and also what knowledge you should have. That also I told you while going or while searching for the jobs in the web development. Okay, so anyone if it is interested, now see, whenever organization is coming now, first of all they are passing one form to you. Okay, and on that particular form, on that particular form you have to enter your personal information, you have to enter your educational information. Okay, and also you have to enter the skills which you have. Okay, so if suppose you are good in any programming languages, means there are 3 columns are present. Okay, that is nothing but the beginner, then the intermediate and the expert. Beginner, intermediate, and the expert. And in these 3 categories, you have to rate your programming skills. Okay, for example, you have written that suppose in your resume, the programming languages you must know. That is, suppose agar aapne likha that is C++, JavaScript, HTML, ASP.NET, then Java, Android. Okay, आपने ऐसे प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस से वहां पर लिखे. Okay, then on that particular form you have to whatever you have learned. Okay, तो आपको किस प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस में आप एक्सपर्ट हो, किस प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस को आप कहते हो कि आप उसमें इंटरमीडिएट हो या फिर बिगनर हो. सो यू हैव टू रेट योरसेल्फ. आपको आपके प्रोग्रामिंग स्किल्स को रेट करना होता है. ओके, एंड मोस्ट प्रोबेबली जो आप एक्सपर्ट में डालते हो ना, वो प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस पर आपको इंटरव्यूअर जो है वो क्वेश्चन पूछता है. They're asking the questions on which you are expert. Okay, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप हर एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस को इंटरमीडिएट या फिर बिगिनर ही बना दो. Then you have not done any specialization ना. 3 years डिग्री में आपको एक या दो कोई भी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस ऐसे नहीं लगे कि जिसमें आप एक्सपर्ट हो. Any question from that particular programming languages you are not able to answer it. ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay, if you are saying that in SQL, suppose I'm saying that in SQL I'm expert, SQL language पर मैंने expert column में tick किया. Okay, then the questions will be like joins पर based आपके questions होते हैं. Okay, so you have to rate your skills. Programming skills जो है, आप जो भी languages सीखोगे उस skills को आपको rate करना होता है. सो ये टाइम है अभी आपके पास, दैट इज SY के पास पूरा 1 साल है एंड TY के पास हार्डली 6 months है. Okay, within a 6 months or the 4 months the company will come. Okay, and they will take the interview of yours, and at that time they will definitely ask you in which programming skills you are expert. Okay, तो आपके पास आंसर होना चाहिए. सिर्फ ऐसे नहीं कि मैंने करिकुलम में, आप ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते कि SQL नहीं पढ़ा. करिकुलम में SQL था तो डेफिनेटली आपने SQL पढ़ा. करिकुलम में HTML था तो डेफिनेटली आपने HTML CSS पढ़ा. ओके, तो आपने क्या सीखा? आप पास हुए इसका मतलब आपने कुछ तो पढ़ा. ठीक है, सो बेस्ड ऑन दैट, तो आपके पास 1 साल है SY के पास कि आप प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस में जो आपको पसंद है. इफ यू आर गुड इन पाइथन, देन पाइथन में अच्छे से एक्सपर्ट बनो. ओके, उसके बेसिक्स प्रॉपर्ली क्लियर करो. एंड एवरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आस्किंग फॉर द बेसिक्स. दे आर नॉट आस्किंग द हार्ड क्वेश्चंस. they will definitely not ask hard questions. They are asking, they will ask only the basic questions, because after that they will definitely give you the training which is needed for the company. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए जो टास्क करना रिक्वायर्ड है, जो काम करना रिक्वायर्ड है, उस पर बेस्ड तो आपको ट्रेनिंग वो देंगे ही. ओके, बट जस्ट दे हैव टू टेस्ट योर नॉलेज कि आपको कितना पता है उस चीज के बारे में. ओके, सो ऐसी प्रोग्रामिंग स्किल्स अच्छे से तैयार करना कि आपको जिसमें इंटरेस्ट हो. ओके, और ओके, someone is asking which programming languages do the company prefer the most, or which the programming language is in demand. वैसे तो nowadays जो आपके करिकुलम में है वो सारे के सारे यूज होते हैं. SQL Oracle यूज होता है, Python which is very very important and nowadays it is demanded, Python programming language. Okay, Java. Okay, Android applications बनाते हो ना, so that is completely based on Java. Java required है उसके लिए, Android applications बनाने के लिए. Okay, so Java thoroughly करना. Database languages, programming languages जो आपके syllabus में है, that is SQL as well as Oracle, वो thoroughly करना. As I said, last year Infosys and again TCS, they need ASP.NET developer students with the MVC, but you should know ASP.NET basics. So उसे भी properly करने आना चाहिए. And the Python जो demand में है. IoT you are learning, okay, and for that you need a Python basics. Okay, SY के students को IoT subjects हैं अभी, तो फिर उन्हें required है Python, Raspberry Pi. Python is required. Okay, so these are the programming languages. Even the JavaScript, CSS, Bootstrap. Okay, so please Bootstrap ये भी learn करना. So that is also in demand. So company prefers this.
हेलो
Yes, yes, yes.
मैम, बूटस्ट्रैप में जो आइकन्स होते हैं मींस उसको उसमें लर्न करने के लिए क्या रहता है, वो समझ में नहीं आता कैसा करने का उसको.
बूटस्ट्रैप में आपने बूटस्ट्रैप देखा है या फिर ऑनलाइन कहीं सर्च किया है उसे?
यस मैम, उसमें आइकन्स वगैरह से होता है, उसको यूज करता हूँ, बट उसे लर्न कैसा करने का वो नहीं समझ में आता, क्योंकि बूटस्ट्रैप में जो आइकन अगर हमको चाहिए तो उसका कॉपी किया उधर जाकर कोड में, हमारे कोड में वहाँ पर पेस्ट कर दे तो उसका आइकन उधर आ जाएगा, बट उसका उसमें लर्न क्या करना है वो नहीं समझ में आता.
See, HTML, CSS, JavaScript framework, okay, उसमें जो आप जो responsive and what I can say the उस particular framework को अगर आपको responsive बनाना है, okay, तो आप Bootstrap use करते हो. Bootstrap आप freely download कर सकते हो and you can use it. Okay, this is nothing but your online editor. You can edit the code and click on the button to you can, and then you can view the results. Okay, so it's like a container. So अगर आपको properly bootstrap learn करना है तो online courses join करो ना. See UDP पर या फिर Coursera पर आपको related to the bootstrap different courses available है. तो पहले course कर लो, सीख लो उसमें कैसे क्या करते हैं, तो ही आपको समझ में आएगा कि आपको icons कैसे place करना है, क्या करना है उसमें. Okay, this is also the free front-end frameworks are available. Okay, for to develop the easy web development. Okay, उसमें भी HTML है, CSS based design है, okay, templates है, different forms है, buttons है. Okay, and Bootstrap gives you the to easily create responsive designs. Yes, now the TY students they have worked with the Bootstrap, yes or no? So if anyone is able to guide him, so can you just proceed? Yes, is there anyone from TY? Yes. Okay, will college, someone is asking, will college provide us with a few courses? then no. College will only teach you whatever which is present in the curriculum. Okay. Contact, okay, related to the bootstrap, Neha Kanogia. See, if you have related to the bootstrap doubts, Neha को आप contact कर सकते हो. She told me that she can guide you related to the bootstrap. Okay, and the better way nowadays everything is online. Tutorials are available. So पहले tutorials go through करो and then you can learn the bootstrap. Okay, yes, Vishal, kindly contact Neha Kanogia. She will definitely help you out. Okay, then okay, colleges will provide you with a few courses. Then sorry dear, other than the curriculum syllabus, क्योंकि वही syllabus complete करने में हमें पूरा साल लग जाता है. Okay, syllabus, then the college other activities यही complete करने में साल निकल जाता है. So different courses नहीं कर सकते, but yes, we are planning to do some certain value added courses, short term courses हम करते हैं. Even last time we related to the graphics, related to the Arduino, okay, related to this particular IoT technologies हमने कुछ value added courses किया था. Okay, कैसे वर्क होता है, बेसिक्स जितना पॉसिबल होता है उतना हमने किया था. So similar way we will try in this particular semester also. We have already planned. So yes, certain value added courses will do. मैम TYCS के लिए कॉलेज कब चालू होगा? मीन्स कॉलेज फिजिकली जाना है या ऑनलाइन आप पूछ रहे हो शिमांशु? ऑनलाइन लेक्चर्स यू आर टॉकिंग और फिजिकली? अभी तक कोई गाइडलाइंस यूनिवर्सिटी ने नहीं दी है या फिर गवर्नमेंट ने अभी तक परमिशन नहीं दी है. आपके ट्रेंड्स आपके लिए अवेलेबल नहीं है. सो डेफिनेटली तब तक तो कॉलेज फिजिकली चालू नहीं होगा. ओके, किसी के लिए भी नहीं, नॉट ओनली फॉर द TY, इवन फॉर द SY. ओके, सो येट देयर इज नो नोटिफिकेशन फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट साइड. सो इसमें हम कुछ इंटरफेयर नहीं कर सकते. ओके, हम अपने मर्जी से नहीं बुला सकते. कॉलेज के लिए गाइडलाइंस वगैरह ये सब कुछ, ये सारी चीजें इसमें आती है. ओके, सो यस, सो विद दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक विल स्टॉप हियर फॉर टुडे. ओके, एंड अगेन TY आपके लिए प्रोजेक्ट सेशंस आपके 28 मंडे से स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं. सो ट्राई टू अटेंड दिस विच इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, सो हम मिलेंगे मंडे एंड फ्रॉम 1st of July the lectures will start, regular lectures. Okay, online lectures. So thank you so much everyone for attending this, and I hope whatever careers, as I said, and the web development, what is needed, what are the skills are required, soft skill as well as hard skill. I told you what are the required skills for the web developers. So definitely this will be this information will help you. Okay, so thank you so much everyone. Thank you. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you.